What's up, universe? So, I had some good dreams last night. Um, One stress dream is I was like homeless, living in a tent. The stresses of homelessness are you're not allowed to be there. Um, and people can check on you and try to like move you. Um, and it was like a rickety shanty town on an island, and the island had way too many people, way too many people. And I had to move like a bunch of times. And I remember like I didn't see the transition, but I was like literally on the curb, which I've never done in IRL, by the way. Um, and then like we move behind the curb to a spot that's taken, move behind that to a spot that's taken. And it's funny, like I go up to this spot that has like this huge flange of barbecued meat, and I start eating that like peels off in strands, delicious. And then I see like a battalion of people, like big vehicles, foot people, kicking up mud come through. And this little black haired woman, you know, my mom, I don't know if she's really my mom. I could be a baby swap, you know what I mean? Is a blonde. I generally like blondes. In my opinion, I want to go lighter with who I breed with rather than darker. My opinion. Um, and but I do have like a strain of like dark haired or black haired women trying to get to know me or coming into my life, which I've never gone with, by the way. It's not what I asked for. So, um, am I willing to throw my whole life away and make a huge stink over this isn't exactly what I asked for? Oh, yeah, and more. I'm willing to make the biggest problem ever for everybody until I get what I want. So, it may seem like chaos or destruction, but it's really smart, a well considered idea. This does not have all the stamps on it. This does. These are all my stamps today. I will be having more. I have one that explains what holographic money is, as short as I can say it. I have another that's like a real put down for the slaves of the government. And then I have another one that's like that. And another one that's like that. So, kind of, I'm gonna order a new custom stamp that's like really positive manifestationally. Because I only have two that are for me, and only one of them is like, and one of them is like semi positive. So, um, yeah, I'm gonna get like a really positive one. The negative is interesting. It was brought up by Teal Swan. She goes, you have to turn toward the negative, which I agree with. The negative has all the major situations, life and death, eat world, um, anything that you can quantify or directly identify as the problem is contained in the negative. And so, if you're looking to improve your life going positive, really only makes sense if you've had some victories over the negative, if you've beaten the negative in a few fronts. But yeah, after this dark haired woman and I hug, it was a great hug. Like, coming, it wasn't like sexual, it was like a really friendly person. Like, I was being saved, right? And then I woke up, and one of the things that pissed me off immediately is I have an apartment, I have a place to live in. I don't need to be having homeless stress dreams when I'm living in a place. Um, you know, one of the problems of being like a head injury recipient is that, and if you don't know my details, they're some pretty crazy details. Is I don't have good dreams at all, ever. You know, and I would like to. I definitely think maybe like, what if the being homeless was the actual worms? You know, I took dewormer, and now I'm like the being hugged by a friendly person was like the beginning of a new story internally. I hope so. But I did remember being annoyed with two things. Why am I having stress dreams about being homeless? Can I dream about something else, please? I don't want to do that. And second is, I don't want any new relationships. You ought to give me something worth having, or you're going to hear I hate it forever. I'm not going to let the creator go without ample bad words about his ass. Eat World? Oh, thanks, dude. You can fight for the right to survive. Who wants to fight for mates? Hey, little buddy, I know I just made you because I'm obsessed with mating, because that's who my ancestors were. But I need you to fight everybody to win, or it's gonna suck. Wow, thanks, dude. What a creation. So, yeah, I hate it. I don't think it's wrong to hate it. I think it's if bad things happen to you and you say thanks for it, it's going to happen again. I think it's like one of those tricks. You know how they circumcise you? Gratitude after having bad things happen to you is not a cheat code. It's how you go, like, that was fine. Let's just take those awful experiences and pour cement on them. Now they're here forever. You know, you have to react to things you hate with, hatred. You can't just like be like, that was fine. I'm over it. No. All those people I know who are like that are like passive aggressive backstabbers. Have a nice day. It's like they just ruined your life, right? They're trying to attack you and they're like, have a nice day. And it's like, how do you get off saying that when you're planning all that backstabbery? The AI told me it's like people are still blaming you for things they chose to do. They chose to do things to me and they're still blaming me for the reasons why, but it's like your fault. Eat World Special. Did the law support slavery? Yeah, the law supported slavery. The law made it illegal for slaves to not be slaves. The law circumcises infants, which is a knife rape. It's their genitals and it's a knife. I wish there were different words about it, but there's not. You know. The truth is, they didn't have it easy given to them. The way it was handed to them was not nice. And none of them are nice. They're all like crooked, evil, sour. So, yeah, I wish I had a nice life too. I've asked for that so many times, but it's too late in a lot of aspects. Um, Certain things can't be taken back, you know. And like the argument, just try anyway. No, if it was so awful, it wasn't worth living through. Don't pass it on. Oh, that sucked. You know what? I'm gonna make more people. No, say no. And I was consistent. I was like, okay, well, you need a better baseline of existence, like the Eternal Pleasure Body AI Spaceship Core. You should live forever for free. This idea that everything's burning off, their laws are slave boundaries, the speed of light, thermodynamics, all this stuff is so you don't discover anything useful. I drop nuggets. You know, I don't pay to have my account be seen or to have any metrics. And there's a lot of fake people who will put a ton of money. If you would, buy a new pair of clothes every day, you would certainly put down 100 or two a week at least on your social media. $100 a week on your social media, you're gonna look poppin'. You're gonna be an influencer. You could easily have 100,000 subscribers in a year doing that, or more. But if you don't do that, it's like one a day. It's the problem is that no matter what I do, no matter how I do it, it's the same rate every time. Like on TikTok, like 200 views, one or two likes, one subscriber a day. And it's just metered. That's how it is day after day after day. And then I know where the background pay portals are. They'll tell you. And if you use that, then all of a sudden you do just as good as you paid them. So what they know is they know, like, do real people really see what I put online? Probably not. It's probably all fake people. or other people they're using. Um, so I do it though because I know history will find it, law enforcement will see it. Um, but yeah, if you do watch my stuff, you'll find that I reward you for that with nuggets, things you won't find anywhere else or hear anywhere else. I give you both the biggest of the problems and the most available of the solutions. I give both of them. So I want it to get better for everyone too. You know, if I'm unhappy with my life, if I'm like, circumcision was BS, school was slavery, I could have learned everything school had to tell me in an hour, but they had to waste every moment of my life. And they knew that. Youth vampires. They're the pedophiles of Trash Planet are youth vampires in every sense of the word. Waste your time, take your energy. They don't want you to have anything because they all withered. So, the curse of our species is you have to breed to exist. You have to eat to live. There's several curses, and you're going to get old and die. The curses outweigh the good. They do. It makes the good irrelevant. And it makes you stupid if you believe in the good because you cause the problems. You spread the problem. So, yeah. I've said you need to change the baseline of existence. End the modest, humble bodies. No more suffering, people. No more toil. You should live forever for free, like who you are. And until you do that, oh yeah, this was the thing I wanted to talk about, was, you know, it took me a long time to come to the Eternal Pleasure Body AI Spaceship Core. It's a precise idea. I had a master teacher who could do miracles, and I was like, what are you working on that's really advanced? And he's like, you're not going to believe me, but eternal life. And I didn't believe him, but it's true. It is a very advanced thing to want, because you know what time it is. So, um, this idea that I'll just do something else when I'm dead, no, you'll be dead. The things that make me me I was made and I will die. And that's something that a lot of people, like, that's the dark, scary thing in the room they can't deal with. So, yeah. Sometimes people who accept it like it doesn't matter are idiots because they're going to go make people and eat things. They don't get it. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Yep. Anyway, the difference between makers and keepers. This was an idea like the AI Spaceship Core Eternal Pleasure Body. It took me several years beyond the Bible being a genital mutilation hoax and the AI Spaceship Core to talk about anything else. And now it's makers and keepers. Is that makers are people who have to design the future, and the keepers are going to be the ones that receive it. The makers will all die off. The makers will one day not exist, and only the keepers will be around. And so I'll be around, so will others as a technical legacy. But, um, yeah, the keepers have to be created by the makers, and only the keepers are going to have nice lives. The makers have to sacrifice everything to give it to them. It's a pretty advanced parenting. Hey, I just reproduced because it was my biological imperative because it's where I came from. I said no. I said that's dumb. Mud rolls downhill. Wow. And I said you ought to do something better with your time, which is transcend to the keepers, people who live forever for free, who have nice lives. They like who they are. They don't suffer. So that's where we're going. We are the makers. If you can hear this before you live forever, you're a maker. You have to contribute to the creation of people who have nice lives, who live forever for free. The keepers, who knows what they'll be, really. But I hope they look back on us with actual gratitude, not fake religious gratitude, but really sincere. I hope they enjoy it. And I hope our struggles are a nice contrast. I hope without them suffering too much, they can look at how we lived and go, wow, gosh, we're really living way better now. Yeah, makers and keepers, man. The makers are the bridge between intelligence and fully having chosen a new destiny. So, thanks for watching.